If you lurk in the realms of TikTok, you may have stumbled across a very sad man opening copious amounts of copies of Shrek on VHS, all in the hopes of winning a 2002 Kia Sedona minivan.
Unfortunately, I woke up again, which means we're back to opening up Shrek VHS's. Shrek number 556, we're looking for the Kia Sedona minivan on these instant win game cards or any of the major prizes at this point.
This is wyattmatterz, and Shrek isn't the only thing he collects. He collects plastic SpongeBob popsicles, copies of LEGO Star Wars 2, Jar Jar Binks candy tongues, LEGO Planktons, as well as an assortment of other things.
Just look at those legs quiver. Very nice.
I've had the pleasure of sitting down with Wyatt and finding out more about his capitalistic endeavors. I should just call you Wyatt, I presume.
Yeah, works.
Alright, well...
You're good with Billy?
Yeah, well, here we got Wyatt, the Shrek VHS collector of many things, really. How are you doing on this Friday evening, Wyatt?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Well, I am sitting here in a room much like yourself, so, you know, we're just existing, I suppose.
Sure are.
So, I mean, right off the bat, I think a question you have answered, but I'd like to hear more about is, where the hell do you get the money to buy all of this shit?
It's funny because I started out by selling tie-dyed t-shirts. That's where the income first started. And then from tie-dyed t-shirts, I used the profits from that, go all in on different cryptos like Dogecoin, GME, AMC. Then I just kind of went from that.
That's impressive. And you decide, and you're like, what, 20 years old?
Yeah, 21.
21. Nice. So you're at this ripe young age of 21, and you decide to spend all this hard-earned money on lots of interesting trinkets.
Oh yeah, we got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we got all kinds of things. But speaking of things, congrats on your recent SpongeBob figure that you finally got.
It's been a long time coming for that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, how many was that?
I think like 542 or something like that.
542. Is that more than the Shrek?
Indeed. A lot more. And
you're still going.
Oh yeah.
Let's give the lucky leg a little rub and open up. Oh, fuck. God damn. Is that what I think it is? Spongicle that got hit by the bus.
Still searching for the SpongeBobs that were hit by the bus. Why is it that those ones are so rare? Are those like just...
Those figures in general are really rare. Like, they're really hard to come by. They're, I believe, only made in the UK for a small batch. And like when the SpongeBob popsicle like trend like 2 years ago started to pop off, I was looking for like something similar, like less messy, I guess, and more unique. So I found a supplier in the UK that had a whole bunch of them, and I just cleaned them out, and then I pretty much cornered the entire SpongeBob vinyl popsicle market.
Was that a big market before, or do you think you increased the value?
Well, the thing is that people just can't find them anymore. Like, they just don't exist. Like, there was only this one supplier that made them. I kind of just bought their entire stock, and then after that, it was just me left with them.
Maybe you can resell them and grow the market again.
Create a monopoly on them.
Yeah, you could be SpongeBob Monopoly Man. I mean, hey, I'm sure there's still a couple more that were hit by the bus out there that you'll find, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll find them for sure.
Crossing our fingers. Straight away, I think a lot of people know you as mostly for your Shrek VHS collection, one of your many collections. Now, I know you haven't gotten the 2002 Kia Sedona minivan yet, right? So
not yet.
But once you get that, if you get that, so I know that you've gotten many Baskin-Robbins coupons, and you claim that they are still, you can still use them.
Oh, they work, Billy.
Despite the fact that expired in 2002 or 2001, whatever. So you think that you'd be able to get that brand new 2002 Kia Sedona minivan? Do you think it's like just kept in a shed somewhere, just waiting to be won by somebody with a Shrek VHS?
Most definitely not, but I'll get something out of it, that's for sure.
Well,
I'll
let's
get
hope
some
so.
sort of minivan.
Do you think with all of the money that you spent on Shrek VHSs so far, you would have been able to buy a 2002 Kia Sedona minivan?
I did the math, I could have bought 3.
Are you serious?
They don't go for very much money, Billy.
You know what though? If you think about it, like you kind of get your like a bang for your buck though, because then like not only would you get 3 Kia Sedona, or not only do you get a free Kia Sedona minivan, but you also get a shit ton of free Baskin Robbins and lots and lots of pristine Shrek footage to enjoy. Because I imagine you wouldn't watch one tape twice to ruin the value. You would just keep pumping them in like all the brand new ones, and then you get that sweet VHS quality.
Oh yeah. What's funny is when I first started buying the Shrek VHSs, they were around like $7 to $8 brand new. Now like the cheapest one on eBay is like $35.
I guarantee you played a part in that. I can guarantee
100%.
I guarantee people like either you're like you're making it so that way they're more expensive because they're more rare, or everyone who's selling Shrek on VHS just like realizes that this guy is buying them all. So we're just gonna make push up the price, knowing that you're going to buy it.
It's funny because I haven't actually bought a Shrek VHS since like last year. I cleaned them all out and kind of like bought them all the ones available at the time last year because I was scared that someone else was gonna do what I was doing but do it better. I was like, I gotta kind of like
get them
corner
all.
it a bit before it's too late.
Yeah.
It's just life. Someone will do whatever you do, but better, eventually.
I at one point, I don't know if I still do, at one point I did have a Shrek VHS copy a long time ago, but it may be in your collection by now, I'm not sure.
I think most of them are in my collection somewhere.
Yeah, so the Baskin Robbins cards, I know you said that if you're persuasive enough, then you can get them to work. Have you used any yet?
I've used 3 so far.
You've used 3, and you've actually been able to get ice cream from them?
They give you the ice cream.
Well, that's good.
They leave them a nice little tip afterwards. But other than that, it does work.
Well, that's good. So at least it won't all be for naught. In the end, you'll have mountains and mountains of ice cream. So we've talked about the money part. What about the storage? Where do you keep all of this shit?
Well, I've got a giant corner in my room of it, and then I've got an office with just stacks and stacks and stacks of it. And then in my closet, I've got more, and then in the garage as well.
So what happens when, like, say a lucky lady comes over or something? Do you just...
Oh, we hide it all, Billy.
You hide it?
We put it in the closet.
Oh, what, all of it?
It's a third date kind of thing.
Okay, the third date, got it. Behind you, I see you have quite a few Titanics on VHS.
Yeah.
And I'm are those to destroy?
Sure are.
So, as I know you're aware, there is another person on TikTok who collects Titanic VHSs.
Yeah.
He claims to be
Titanic fan guy.
Yeah.
Did you know that Titanic on VHS is the best VHS that ever existed, in my personal opinion?
He claims to be the owner of the largest collection of Titanic on VHS.
Yeah.
There are rumors that you and him are the same person. I don't believe these rumors. I think this is ridiculous, but there are people who believe that you and him are the same person. What do you think about that?
You see, Billy, I draw the line at Jack Dawson blow-up dolls. He's got like a blow-up doll with like the face of him planted on there.
Yeah, and if you look at
Can't take credit for something like that.
like I like every time I see him pop up on my feed, it's like more and more derailed, like kind of like how you have sounded sadder and sadder as you open up more and more. He has been like kind of nuts. He was always kind of nuts at the beginning, but like when you look at his early videos, he like speaks in a very like somewhat normal demeanor, and nowadays it's just like it's like Run for the Cube. Have you ever hear that guy? It's kind of like that kind of thing where he's like literally his voice is just nuts, and I think he's slowly losing his mind, and I think you're contributing to that with your destruction.
Well, it's funny because I liked the idea of his video. I thought he was like playing like a character and stuff, like sort of like similar to like what I do a bit. Then he destroyed a Shrek VHS, and then like in retaliation of that, I just kind of made the joke and I destroyed the other one. And then he sent me an email that was like he wanted to like burn down my house or something like that.
Oh, like a personal.
I was like, oh,
a personal attack. Not even just like I know he always like posts videos about like you and you know destroying VHS Shrek on VHS, but like yeah, if he sent you an email, that's a little concerning.
Who knows if it was him, but it had the same email handle as all of his other stuff. But
well,
it's a joke, I guess. House is still here.
Yeah, that's good for now. So behind you again, I see that you have the Jar Jar Binks, or what are they? Popsicle or not popsicles? Lollipop tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have had one of those many years ago. Can't say I've had any recently though. And you've eaten one. So how did that taste?
So I ate it for my face reveal originally last year, and it took me so long to find like one that was actually like edible looking, because most of them just are all moldy and just like they'll give you some sort of disease. So I found someone on eBay that was selling one that had one refrigerated since 1999, and it was just like in perfect. It was a shame to eat it.
Yeah,
but it was my only chance to taste one, and it tasted just fine.
Even that one had like some built-up like residue on the bottom.
A little bit of residue, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, well, you know, you're still alive, so that's a good sign, I guess.
Yeah, 1 year later, still here.
Can this kill me?
So speaking of Star Wars, another thing that you collect is Lego Star Wars 2, for
on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, for the PlayStation 2, another classic. And I just wanted to know, is that your favorite Star Wars game, or do you have another favorite Star Wars game that's?
It's close up there as the Battlefront 2 2005.
I still play that all the time. It's so much so much better than the old than the new one. Or that game just has like every aspect of Star Wars that you want. It's got like every location, you know, the eras that matter. Like that game has so much infinite replayability.
That's a perfect game.
It really is, and the space battles too are just so good. It's a shame we never got the
land inside the ships and stuff.
Yeah, it's a shame we never got the original Battlefront 3 because that looked awesome. I'm partial to Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2. Those are my two favorites. If you haven't played those, go play them, because man, those are some of the best pieces of Star Wars you'll ever play.
You know, that whole era of Star Wars is great.
Yeah, they were just kind of pumping them out like left and right. There was so many games.
Yeah,
and
the early
stuff.
2000s.
Nowadays we just get a bunch of movies and TV shows, and then like a couple games here and there, which may or may not be good. But hey, Lego Star Wars 2, keep collecting those, because you know that one was a good one. I remember when that came out, it was what I liked about it was that it was a little bit longer than the first one. The first one was like really short.
Yeah, it was just the prequels, right?
Yeah, it was the prequels. And then the gameplay where like each level was like 5 to 10 minutes long, but the second one was like kind of expanded on it, and it's a good one. Why that one in particular did you choose to collect? Just because it's a classic?
That was actually the first thing I ever like mass collected like a whole bunch of, and I ended up with like 3 of them for some reason, so I just already had like a head start. I started buying a bunch of those, but I don't have nearly as many as, say, the Shrek or Titanic or anything like that.
I'm sure, like, have you ever went to your local GameStop? Because I guarantee, I don't know about these days, but like, I remember they used to just have like loads and loads of copies of the same game. I'm sure you could probably buy them used in bulk. If you even have a GameStop near you anymore, I fear that it's going to be taking the route of Blockbuster sometime in the near future. Also, you collect Lola bunnies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you like to put them in a jar. And I hope you're not.
Oh, it's a great place
Yeah.
for them.
I hope you're not doing anything mischievous with said jar.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We fill it, but we fill it.
We fill it with
Just with Lola bunnies. So.
Just with Lola bunnies. That's
Yeah.
good. And you have a jar as well, correct?
Oh, you gotta have a jar.
How many jars do you have?
At least a half a dozen.
Like,
There's various different things.
what kind of things? Run me through them. So we got the Lola bunny jar, we got the jar. I know you also collect a bunch of Lego Planktons, but I don't. Do they have their own jar, or is that just like?
Oh, they've got a few. So I'm also the world's largest collector of Lego Plankton. I got a little over 8,000 now.
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000.
And how do you know this? Did you count them individually?
I mass spot them through one guy. We'll call him the Plankton Plug for now.
The Plankton Plug.
He used to work at Lego at the time.
Okay, so, but then doesn't that make him the world's largest collector, or?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Have you bought all of
he's
them
all
from him?
out. Sure did.
Oh, and now do you plan on buying any more, or are you looking around for?
We've got all of them pretty much. There's nowhere to like really mass buy them. I'd be just spending too much money on shipping.
You should start a museum.
Already looking like a museum in here.
You should start a museum of just novelty items that I'm sure in the future will be somewhat valuable, especially considering you've been hogging all of them. Nobody else is gonna have them.
We hog a lot of stuff over here.
It looks like, so when I looked up your YouTube channel, it looks like you had another one previously, and now you started a new one. What happened there?
So that was I got Google AdSense banned me for some reason. Yeah.
That's...
That one's just...
very bizarre, because from what I understand, you didn't upload anything that would cause that.
No, it's not a YouTube problem. It's just a Google AdSense, some sort of weird glitch. Then once you're banned permanently on there, you're just banned on it.
Well, that sucks, because that one's got like 24-something thousand subscribers.
Yeah, almost 25,000 over there.
Speaking of followers, you're doing pretty damn well on TikTok with like 700,000 something. You get paid for that?
Yeah, a little bit. TikTok doesn't pay very good though. Not nearly as good as YouTube.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
TikTok is weird, because it's like you might have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers, whatever you call them there, but it's very much like you're just kind of scrolling through everything really quickly. You're not really engaging with somebody per se, like actively. Like when you're watching something on YouTube, you just kind of sit down and click on it, and like you actively seek it in a way.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Yeah, but like TikTok is like very much like in the moment. You're just kind of scrolling through things. But I sent you a follow, so you show up on my feed quite a bit, so that's always nice. I'm always crossing my fingers that you get something that you've been searching for.
The way I look at TikTok, the best way to use it is just for a platform to jump over to like a different platform like Twitch, YouTube, or anything like that. Because you can gain the most attraction over there for sure,
right.
And you can use it then to funnel it over somewhere else.
Yeah, TikTok is probably it's a beast right now when it comes to media domination, because it's like it controls the music industry, like it controls what people watch on Netflix and whatever. Like whatever's popular on TikTok is what's popular everywhere else.
Yeah, trend-wise, anything.
Yeah, and so you know, it's good that you have this following on TikTok to give you that boost, and get more money to buy more Shrek. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you, I believe. So it's been nice talking to you, getting some insight.
Nice talking to you too.
Getting some insight on the on why it matters and why you matter, and and everything that you do. So keep on searching the good search, and let's hope you find something in the near future.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
We only hope.